Hello, I'm Mr. Goody and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the Religious Studies A-Level at Exeter School. Religious Studies A-Level is an excellent choice for pupils that enjoy a range of disciplines and thrive on asking and pursuing some of life's most important questions. To succeed with the A-Level course, you need to be inquisitive, industrious, and prepared to explore beliefs, ideas, and attitudes from a number of perspectives. RS A-Level consists of 3 papers which explore different areas of thought. The philosophy paper is taught by Rev Tom, the school chaplain. The ethics paper is taught by Mrs. Murrin, and the Christianity paper is taught by myself. In the philosophy of religion paper, pupils ask the really big philosophical questions about God. Does God exist? Can we prove or disprove the existence of God? Is God just a construct of the mind? Does science disprove God? Why would a good God allow evil and suffering? We don't necessarily find any certain answers, but the process of debating and thinking develops our philosophical skills. There's a lot of thought-provoking discussion and many friendly disagreements. Lower 6 topics include arguments for the existence of God, the problem of evil and suffering, the challenge of psychology, and the challenge of the new atheism. In the upper 6, topics such as religious experience, miracles, and religious language are explored. In the ethics paper, a range of ethical approaches are explored. These include situation ethics, utilitarianism, and natural law theory. We ask questions such as, should we decide issues of right and wrong based on the principle of the greatest happiness of the greatest number? Does the right course of action in any given situation depend on conscience, commandments, or natural law? In addition to ethical theory, there is plenty of opportunity to apply these ideas to a range of contemporary issues, from capital punishment to abortion, animal experimentation to nuclear war. In the Christianity section, we look at issues arising from the study of the Bible, as well as topics related to the history of Christianity and beliefs and practices in the lives of Christian believers today. Some of the ideas from the GCSE are again explored, but at a much greater depth and with a more critical approach. Some of the topics are related to the Bible, others consider the impact of religious beliefs on life and society. Wealth, migration, and modern challenges to belief are considered, as well as classic Christian doctrines such as the Trinity and the Atonement. Pupils that take Religious Studies A-Level sometimes go on to study theology or philosophy or a wide variety of other disciplines, and they often establish successful careers in the increasing number of jobs that require an element of religious literacy. Previous A-Level pupils are now in the police, teaching, law, social work, higher education, business, the civil service, and a whole host of other professions. The skills required to be successful in the course and developed through it are highly prized by universities and employers alike. You don't need to have taken Religious Studies GCSE to be accepted onto the course, but you do need to be interested and thoughtful, and even more importantly, you will need an excellent work ethic to be successful. Eddie is one of our current upper 6 pupils and has kindly agreed to answer some questions. Eddie, why did you choose RS?
So I studied RS at GCSE and was really sort of interested in learning, or back in GCSE I was interested in learning about Christianity and Islam, and wanted to go into some more greater depth about sort of the history of religion in particular at A-Level, and also branch into new topics, more the, so for example the ethics and the philosophy of religion.
Brilliant. What have you enjoyed in particular?
So with regards to sort of the Christianity section, more the learning about sort of the historical context of the Bible, because I'm quite interested in sort of ancient sort of Greco-Roman history, and I've also learned about sort of in ethics and philosophy, learning about how sort of arguments developed from philosopher to philosopher.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. What would you say some of the challenges have been over the 2 years?
There's a lot of content to sort of condense when you're writing answers at A-Level, so it's really trying to find a balance of what to include and what not to include, and sometimes that's quite difficult. And also, particularly philosophy and ethics, there's a lot of, and also Christianity to an extent, there's a lot of thinkers or philosophers to remember, and it's can often get quite confusing to remember what they said.
So as well as the subject knowledge that you've gained, hopefully there are a whole number of skills that you've developed through the course as well. Could you pick out maybe 2 or 3 of those that you've
sort of linking on from the last question, it's been quite useful to be able to condense an argument into the key points, which is useful for any subject I do, because I also do politics and history, so that applies to the other subjects.
Sure.
And it's also been quite useful to be able to sort of evaluate each argument and be able to, say, well, does it really make sense, this argument, and evaluate what the best argument would be.
Sure. And finally, Eddie, what do you hope to do next?
So I want to do a degree in history, which again, you gain a lot of skills from in RS, and then hopefully go on to do a sort of law conversion course, which again is a lot of sort of arguing, and therefore it's quite good to practice structuring arguments in RS right now.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time. We wish you every success.